No, dude, this is like 90% of when I stream. It's just me running my goddamn mouth.
Atomic Reaction. There you go. You could start a YouTube channel called Atomic Reaction, and then ramble.
I streamed a couple weeks ago of me just putting Space Marines together.
Guys,
and I had like 89 people talking about it.
Guys,
look, it's okay to take a break from the cooking for like 10 minutes. It's okay.
Do we start?
Agree. Yeah, we're back.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Grim. I'd like you to make your smithing check at proficiency as you work with Reverend to resize it for her new young adult halfling body.
All right, come on, me. Don't fuck this up. You've got a +8.
It's also going to cost you... Oh, yeah. 17 is more than good enough. It's going to cost you 5 silver pieces worth of additional leather that'll need to be added to it and refitted because it's so different than Daka's body.
Yeah, buckles and such. Yeah,
going from dad bod to halfling is...
Well, it's easier to go from bigger to small, so I mean, it shouldn't be too bad. So I'll take 5 silver pieces.
Yeah, it's not the prettiest thing you've ever worked on, but you get it together, and she has a new semi-flexible studded leather that she has, and she's just like, well, this will work. Thank you. As long as we're here, we might as well sharpen my hand axes.
I could teach you how to sharpen weapons properly.
Okay.
There is a skill to sharpening things.
So... the town has a blacksmith, but he's not a weaponsmith, to be clear.
Yeah.
What he does is like maintaining pots.
Yeah.
Upholding
probably doesn't have a
Lord's silver. But yeah, he's got a grinder and other tools like that. So yeah, the two of you spend the morning into the afternoon refitting her armory.
Yeah. That's fine.
Henley, we'll get to you in just a second. You look like you checked out.
No, I was just reading something. Sorry.
Okay, Finley, let's talk about you.
Yes.
Give me your campaign pitch. What do you tell? Well, who are you talking to? Let's be clear. This whole town, there are a few small houses that are also shops, which are called the cottage industry. Like they have a storefront built onto one side of the house, and then they live in the back side of the house type of deal. There are probably only about 8 buildings that constitute the town square.
Right. So I'm canvassing the square.
Okay.
Knocking on doors.
All right.
Doing it old school.
All right. And on top of that, everyone's got farmland in a house, all within visual distance. But we're talking hundreds of houses, right? Like little villages, rolling hills. They're out working on their fields and things like that. So you are intending to talk to everybody.
I'm going to
as much as you can. Okay. What's your opening pitch?
My opening pitch is: have you heard about the walk?
Okay, so this is just about the walk.
Well, that's my opener, because chances are they were at the auditorium.
Yes, almost everyone has heard about the walk. What's your follow-up with have you heard about the walk? Before they roll their eyes and walk away.
The walk can bring you good crops.
No shit.
Can bring you good luck. If you believe in the walk, I promise your crops this year will grow more than you've ever seen.
Okay.
If you don't believe me, just say yes. We'll give it one night, and we'll see what happens.
Make a persuasion. Well, make a deception check.
Okay. Because you see where I'm going with this, right?
I do. Just so you know, they aren't idiots. They have heard of druidic magic before.
Sure. So you said persuasion, right?
Deception.
Deception, sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
14. Okay. Yeah. No one is like, you're just going to use your druid powers to do it. They aren't totally aware that you're a druid. Although you do sleep naked in the middle of a field and you dress like one. You smell like one. Animals follow you everywhere. But overall, maybe 5% of the people that you encounter, perhaps about 200 people in town, are thinking, okay.
But it's not so much that I'm just going to use my druidic power to trick them. If
like 20 people in town.
If they vote for me or whatever, then I will use my druidic power to help them for free.
Okay. a very small portion of the population believes in you.
Right, but it all starts with a little spark.
I agree. So
It
you've
starts
let
with a
everyone
seed.
know that if there's enough belief, you will cause the land to grow.
It's like, what's it called? Peter Pan. If everybody claps, Tinkerbell will be okay.
You talk to a lot of people. A lot of them don't want you to be there. They're super pissed at you. Not about the walk thing, but because your stated purpose is to kill Stolphin Black, and he's very popular around here. But you get the word out that you could be working some demigod miracles and making the land grow. Some people believe in your power. They believe if they do the walk, you will bring good fortune upon the village. And some people don't believe, but will do the walk anyway. Because if you bring good fortune, then that will prove it. They don't believe in you, but they'll believe it when they see it.
How stupid do they look during the walk?
I mean, you said left foot, right foot, half left step.
Yep.
That's where I lost it.
No, that's about right.
I wouldn't say they look stupid. They definitely look silly.
Good. Boys, we just beat the game. We just won D&D.
Alcar speaks with you, Kelly.
Well,
The two of you...
secret achievement pops up.
I think the two of you have a conversation while you're fishing in order to get some freshwater restocking for your seafood. Alcar, just, as long as you're wearing him or have him within arm's reach, can communicate with you telepathically because you're bonded.
Right.
He's just like, well, the first thing I remember is I was forged by the hand of Tarnax the Monochrome about, I don't know, 3,000 years ago.
Wait, we fought that dude, didn't we?
No.
We've read books about him.
You've read books about him. The guy that you fought is an entirely different... Tarnax is a human. And in fact, when he arrived on this plane, he was like, hey, humans exist. And the elves were like, oh, humans? Yeah, if we genetically engineer humans, we can use them as plague rats to transfer viruses and diseases from humans to all the other races, because humans can have sex with everything. So basically, his existence caused them to be like, we can make humans because they're horny all the time, and we can give them sex diseases and destroy everyone with our sex diseases, with our human slaves. Tarnax was like...
Damn humans, man.
Tarnax is a planeswalker that essentially just showed up one day and was like, yo, what's up? I got high-level magic. And they were like, high-level magic? What race are you? What's cool about you? And he was like, I don't know, I'm a human. We have sex. We fuck, bro. Alcar is explaining all of this to you. He's like, yeah, Tarnax is... he was my first wielder. We didn't really bond like you and me. They didn't use me that much. Kind of just gave me to warriors, fighters, paladins, people of importance on different planes or different material planes, different worlds. They'd be like, oh, there's a demon lord. And I'd be like, I'm real good at killing demon lords, but I look better if you're wearing a cape, you got on some nice pants, you brushed off your shirt lately. I became a weapon of, well, gloriousness.
How does he feel about rocks?
You asking Alcar how he feels about rocks?
No, I'm just curious.
So he says, yeah, I've had, I don't want to brag, but I've had about 40. I don't really remember what happened when I was in that box, but someone must have put me in that box for some reason. I don't really remember anything about that, though. Last thing I remember, I was traveling with Tarnax through the multiverse. We were just, going out to see some gem casts. It's pretty cool, I guess.
Do you have any way of contacting him?
No, I can't just call him up or use a sending spell or message. It's not really what my powers do. I was forged as a weapon to slice reality, and when I become powerful enough, I'll be able to just through things. Mostly, I just kind of enhance the powers of others who are worthy. I'm a pretty good judge of character. That was built into me. I've been thinking about it
So-
for 3,000 years, though. Technically, my judgment is based off of what Tarnax thinks is worthy, and he has some questionable thoughts about things. So I don't know if I'm objective about this, but
Well, Tarnax did have that mixtape, "Fuck to Death."
Where does where do you put me on this scale that you have?
You
based
know,
on
I'm
his-
still seeking you out, right? Like, you seem to have an intrinsic power that many of my other wielders have not, but you're definitely not as powerful as Tarnax. And I don't know, the Demon Lord here doesn't actually seem that bad to me, but everybody sucks here. Also, all of your magic weapons are tainted. Like, everything around here is cursed. You're cursed, all the people here are cursed, all the weapons are cursed. Whoever has been teaching people to make magic weapons around here is a fucking asshole.
What do you mean cursed?
Well, have
Elaborate
you ever
for me.
swung any of these magic weapons and, you know, like, you get hurt while it happens, it backlashes on you? The construction
Think
formula
back
of
to
all the
the
weapons.
several times when
Yeah.
that's happened to me.
The serpent steel longsword that
The
would
construction
suck your
of
blood.
the magical weapons around here has a curse built into all of the recipes. This is intentional. Someone has taught all of the magic smiths that I've seen on this plane to make weapons this way so that they'll intentionally backfire on their wielder.
Devilish. Well, you won't backfire on me, will you?
No. Cool.
I don't think I've ever had my weapon
We're cool.
backfire
You
on
did
me.
the walk. You're fine.
So, I mean, shit, I don't know where to go with you now. Like, okay, so you know about what we are, what I am, right?
I mean, I've been listening into all your conversations. Like, you did some weird shit last night, but, you know.
Oh, you saw that?
We are psychically bonded at a soul level.
Okay. I mean, he's
I'd
kind
listen.
of
Tarnax did it.
Yeah.
Almost all of the heroes that I've imbued have done it. You know, I got to tell you, you've only done it with one partner that I've really seen. You know, one or two. Like most heroes, you'd be fucking this whole group. You know what I'm talking about? Like 3 or 4 retainers following you around.
I'm more of a, pump and dump kind of person.
Okay, well, that's Tarnax-ish. So you know, I've seen this situation before. You just seem
But
very, restrained.
Did you know of that creature?
Which creature?
The one that was with me last night?
I mean, I know what you know.
So you know he's an incubus, and you know that he is sort of the inspiring factor in me. You know that?
No, I mean,
You know
you've
that
always
we-
had that inside of you. You just recently remembered it. Look, I'm sorting through your memories. There's so much fragmentation here. You really need to clean this up. There's a lot more here than you've accessed. Like, you are
you're
old.
able
You're older than me, I think. You predate me. There's some stuff in
there-
here that's very old.
Could you help me unlock this stuff?
Listen, I am a sword. I don't unlock things. I slice things.
Well, let's slice
could-
it up. Let's cut these
unlock
restraints.
eternal
He's like,
organ.
just know, once you start breaking this stuff, you can't put it back together. Things that I slice are permanently ripped and torn.
I heard the words rip and tear. Let's go.
Is there a barrier blocking me? Can we cut this barrier?
Look, I told you, you have a curse on you, but I think you put it there yourself. It's real deep. I mean, you know these little creatures? They're called ticks. They kind of bury themselves in your soft, fragile flesh, your non-steel flesh.
Sure.
Okay, you've put something on yourself that ties you to this place, this realm, this world that you live on. All of this restarting and time snapping, all of that has been done by you, or at least partially by you. I mean, I could cut that out. It's kind of in the way, but I don't know what'll happen then.
I just want to know why first. Is there a way that we could cut enough so that we could see more about that?
Look, why don't you let me take a look around inside you if you want me to, and maybe when you get a little bit more powerful, we'll start poking at specific areas and take a look inside.
Please look and poke as much as you want. I mean, you and I, we're in this together.
Okay, I just don't want to damage you permanently. I really haven't had to do this to any of my other wielders before, so.
I can take it. If there's anything I can take, it's this.
No, I've killed a lot of people. You definitely could not survive my full power. Look,
No,
I'm a very important sword.
I was gonna say something here, but I'm not going to because it will make our relationship weird.
No,
He just
please,
went-
no. Listen, we're gonna be together for a while.
He just whipped out the "Have you seen my follower account?"
I mean, let's just say this:
Sword and influencer.
I'm a paladin because I want to protect, and I want a happy way of life for my companions and I. That is what I do. If anything, I can take punishment better than most, and I want to be able to protect as much as I can. If
Good.
you're a sword, I'm a scabbard. We can work well together.
Okay, that's fine. You know, I am here to look good and possibly to slice reality. I'm working to that part. It's gonna be real cool when I do it.
Look, if you have any fashion tips as well, I'm willing to hear that stuff. So let's do that.
Imagine every isekai in existence. He has seen every fashion on every world of reality.
So I got hit by imagine me getting hit by the truck and I go to the world and it gives me one wish. My wish would be, I want to be the fashion king of this new world.
I mean, listen, he doesn't have eyes and he doesn't experience reality like you do, but he's seen a lot of reality. He's seen a lot of ways people dress. You know, we're not just talking like modern fashion, we're talking thousands of years of fashion. He's been not everywhere, no one could be everywhere, but he's been a lot of places and seen a lot of times realities.
You know that point in an isekai when they get sent to the new world and everyone's like, "My God, your clothes are so well made."
Yeah,
that's going to be my entire isekai. Just the guy
Right.
like remaking jumpsuits and shit like that for everyone.
Kazuma, this armor is so good. He's like, it's just my tracksuit. I was wearing it when I got hit by a car. Agram,
I was
you're
a
looking
SWAT
for...
operative in the real world, and I got hit by a truck, and I got teleported with my Kevlar vest and M16. I take.
You're like what's his face in Thor.
Oh, Dez and Scourge.
Yeah.
Agram, you're looking in town for known thieves, bandits, someone you can hunt for money.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Well, I mean, if you have another idea in mind.
Well, if there's a black sheep that the community clearly just had enough of their shit.
There's a conflict between the different werewolf packs, but there's no actual, like, you just killed all of the local troublemakers.
Well, I mean, in the town, if there's somebody that is,
there's no one's like, hey, can you go beat this guy up or something like that? No one's looking for that.
Right.
It's a small, peaceful town, more or less, except for it being on the verge of war.
Small, peaceful town, except for the fact that it's on the verge of war.
They don't want to fight, though. I mean, that was what the vote
you.
last night was about. They don't want to fight. They do. They just have to.
No.
Yeah. I mean, you asked around about
walk.
it. Yeah, several of them want to walk. Daka, you would like to use the library. Are you going to request any help or use any money to attract more aid?
Look, dude, use the money if you want to, because that's what it's here for. If we die, we lose all the money. So just do what you need to do.
Throwing money at folks.
Okay, how much money do you want to spend? Up to 600.
Let's do the full ante.
Okay. I mean, you basically shell out for Vice and his butler, and you know, he still has to work full time, but in his spare time, he helps you out. His butler helps you out, and guides you to specific knowledge about the local area that you're interested in. Now, I will note, if you get a natural 20 on this, I will give you a additional fact about Stalvin Black.
Cool.
And I will also note you currently have advantage. Not advantage, you have inspiration.
Yeah, I was planning on using it. What's
Okay.
the skill I'm playing?
You're making an intelligence roll at +6.
Intelligence, just like a
Just
save?
intelligence. Like, well, if you have proficiency on intelligence, then no. Just your
No, I
intelligence
don't.
bonus.
Okay. So 19.
19. Okay.
Close.
You will, at the end of the week, learn 2 facts about the local area.
Well, that's actually, that would be plus, I mean, you didn't add your +6, so that'd be 25.
You're
Yeah.
correct. You only had a +2. Okay, you will learn 3 facts. You'll learn the whole local area's secrets.
Thanks, Dave. Looking out.
You won't finish until after the cooking competition.
Okay.
End of your workday, everybody. Kelly, I would like you to make your fishing roll with your proficiency with your fisherman's kit.
Yeah, mate. Happy
See
to do that.
if you bring back good local fish.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's all like pond fish, nothing too big.
Fried catfish.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
give me that.
Bring back, you know, a pretty good haul. We're talking like 7 or 8 good-sized
So
fish on a...
it went from fairly lackluster meat flavored clam chowder to like just like meat infused chowder, basically, like tons and tons of different fish meat in there and stuff. All right, yeah, I'm digging it.
That
So
fish we could smoke.
I would like the group to make the second of their checks towards this cooking contest right now.
So
You've got
I have a cooking
ingredients
skill.
assembled.
Yeah, I have a cooking skill, which is at wisdom +4.
Okay.
Because I have the toolkit and stuff like that. But I don't know if that's going to be any better than what we can do here.
So
I mean,
what
that
was
sounds like you should probably make the roll then.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
right around the time where you all gather around the slow roasted garlic, the ants come back with the bread. They have 1 piece of sourdough French loaf with an extra hard, crunchy exterior and soft interior. One of them says, "We've been working on it all day. This is the best one we've been able to get done. If this is what you're looking for, Master Finley, tomorrow morning we can have 50 of these prepared."
It looks delicious.
So she says, "It looks like the canoes of the clanners to the north."
That's the look we're going for.
So yeah, like you scoop it out in front of them, and you know, let's see what the test is here. But talk to me about how this is all going together, because I know you guys are horny for cooking.
You also owe them another gold piece, by the way.
You do owe them another gold piece.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So, okay, so hang on, let's just sort out the gold real quick. How much gold did you give them, Spooty? 2 gold? And then you had 600, right, Andrew?
Correct.
All right.
And I already took out the silver from earlier.
Sorry,
Okay.
it's going to take another 100. Researching takes 100 just to start, which I remembered. Then I said no, and then I said yes. Yeah.
So
702.
702. So we're left with 2,298 gold pieces. Okay.
Still fucking, you know that rice video that was going around? We still got a pile of rice.
You ever seen?
But you know, we've still got like the black opal and the 4 gold ingots and stuff like that. So we got fucking bank right now.
You ever seen the show Dungeon Dynamite? Like they fight a gold dragon who actually breathes gold. They come back to the town. They spend so much gold that inflation just like it just fucked the economy up.
So you gave us inspiration last time, yeah, Arthur?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So I think I'm going to spend that on this cooking roll then.
Very well.
So how many?
Oh, that's right. You don't need help now because you already have advantage.
Well, unless someone can help, and then I can save my advantage.
Correct. Is anyone else proficient in cooking?
I am not.
Yeah, I don't think
You
so.
think you get that from your soldier thing, don't you?
Yeah.
Toolkit. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they're all helping you out, but it's not that level of
Inspiration, yeah,
professional
okay.
chefing that you need. You know, they're
You
chopping
need
the
something
garlic.
tenderize the
They're,
fuck out of thing. I got you covered.
yeah, they're doing
So
all of the
I don't
sous
have a
chef
sous
tasks.
chef.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'll roll with inspiration then on this.
This is not going to be the final roll. This is just the test kitchen roll. 16. Your chowder plus your test canoe has turned out pretty well. You know, you put a small amount of the ingredients in, you made a small amount of chowder. It tastes pretty good. I mean, we're not talking, it's not heavily spiced, it's not heavily flavored. It's just, you know, fresh meats thrown into the pot. You got your flour, you got your roux, you got some sauce in there, you got some milk. It's basic is what you're at right now, and it works.
It's good. I mean,
Is it enough to win the contest? Probably not.
Could I make another cooking check right now to see what I could add to it to take it to the next level?
I feel like an insight check would be...
Insight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, the fact that you're inciting a bread bowl is just funny to me.
All right, here we go.
Oof.
The natural one. Okay, so that's your first failure on this skill challenge check.
If I taste it, can I gather some insight about what it might need, or
Absolutely, please do.
okay?
Do you have proficiency in insight?
I did.
No, but I
Okay,
do
yeah,
have.
you just...
And I think I'm gonna actually use my inspiration.
Okay, please do.
Oh, okay. So this is like nature stuff. So maybe we could add like fungi and stuff like that to this. Fuck
21.
yeah, dude.
All right,
21.
look, Finley, you've gotten a taste for local foods around here.
Mhm.
It is pretty bland.
Right.
There is a salt mine nearby, and there's all sorts of little salt areas in the local area. They're set on salt, but as far as spices and seasonings go, nothing. Like, the people around here, they're not rich enough to afford foreign spices. The southern trade routes are all blocked by the kingdom. You can't get anything from the eastern routes. So beyond like very expensive ice peppers from the north, they don't even have the basic halfling spice rack. So any combination of, we're talking like Old Bay seasoning or Manhattan chowder, like anything like that is going to blow the local population out of the water.
Perfect.
Is there any way that a druid can ferment something quicker?
Here's a question. What is the nearest town to us?
Can we make Worcestershire sauce?
You have
using
no idea.
druidic powers?
You have no map or knowledge of the local area.
Okay. Because my horse can fucking fly.
Yes, it can.
So I can always make a
shit.
run to go get something and come back. Like if we knew where something nearby was or whatever.
I should mention that Antugatas, by the way, went over to the exploded hell zone in the middle of the night and just started eating all of the dead things that left bodies behind.
That's fine.
He seems to be in better condition than he has been in weeks.
I was trying to find somebody that I could just brutally murder to feed him, but there was nobody that.
Yeah,
fit-
no.
fit that
Instead,
bill.
he's eating a couple dragonborn and human corpses that were left inside the mountain.
That's
The
fine.
hill.
That's fine.
There's more dragonborn in there? No.
They're dead
Not
now.
anymore.
Chad is saying some strained animal fat added to the soup, maybe thicken it up, give it that flavor.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. If we knew,
Catch more
The
fish,
local
make some
fauna is
fish
like-
sauce.
You've got 2 successes, 1 failure now, and you need to get 2 more successes.
We
on
got
this.
pepper and we got fish. We could do like fish sauce and do like a Thai twist.
That's what I was saying. Like we can make some like Worcestershire fermented based thing using fish or something like that.
Fish and salt and peppers.
God damn it. I'm so hungry now.
Because a lot of Thai food is like fish, lemongrass,
Remind me
and spice.
Remind me to start doing the thing again where I actually spend money on buying spices
Okay.
from different regions.
So
and
here's
stuff,
one thing
so-
I want to let you guys know. Soy sauce has not been invented in this world. The places that
Yet.
grow wheat are not the same places that grow soybeans.
boys, cart nuts, whatever that other thing was, soy sauce. We're set.
We are the only. Cart Nuts is the only place on this plane where you can get MSG.
Look, we gotta clear out the dwarven hold, and I'll give you guys some land. We'll just set it up. It'll be fine.
Oh, Arthur, how much do we have to give them for the bread bowls to make the 50 pack or whatever?
Oh, great question. I'll look that up. Because bread has a specific cost in Dungeons and Dragons. Like the only food that does.
Yeah, it's not a ton, I don't think. I'm getting Vietnamese Saturday. Gonna be good.
So 1 pound of wheat is 1 copper.
It's 1 pound of flour is 2 copper. So, you know.
Oh, the humanity.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, one pound of copper. Oh, yeah. Or 1 chicken. Yep. Wow, Jesus Christ. 1 chicken is 1 copper?
2 copper. It's 2 copper. I mean, remember, you guys were chicken dealers. You sold all the chickens.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what EP was saying is like a gold piece can feed like a family of 4 for like a very, very, very long time. We're just throwing gold around.
I'd say we're talking 1 gold piece will get you all of the bread that you need.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah. No, we'll give them. We'll make sure.
They're including the cost of this new recipe. They're banking on you guys making it famous, and then they're going to be like, you can get your canoes here. Get your bread canoes.
I'll give them 2 gold pieces to not work with any of the other chefs.
Yeah, they'll absolutely agree with that.
Because
all the other chefs are done.
One of these bakers' name is actually Tim, last name Horton. Because Tim Hortons is famous for their bread bowls.
It's true. It's true. So actually, there's only 1 chef that's still cooking. It's the Fire Giant. And as you guys are testing your soup at your 10th table, he's over at his table doing a demonstration. He's using his internal flames to heat his sword and then quickly slice and chop meat. He's basically turning
he's doing 1,000-degree knife challenges
and beef into little diced, perfectly seared quick cubes, and adding them to, he's like stuffing them inside of a rump steak and then putting like chicken in there and all sorts of meats and like cheeses.
He's doing the medieval turducken.
Yeah. And he's like sealing the rump steak with his flaming sword.
Ooh.
You know, like everyone is just like, this is incredible. I've never seen anything like this before. And the Fire Giant's saying nothing. He's just watching everything. It's 100% performance art.
Like some sort of like a beef-based chicken Kiev is what it sounds like.
Now, just to fill you guys in, I actually don't know how long it takes to ferment stuff, but I'm guessing 4 days is not going to be enough time to ferment anything.
That's what I'm saying. Get a druid to like speed that shit up.
I don't think you can speed it up that much.
Yeah, no, it takes quite a bit to ferment.
Worcestershire sauce took 7 years to ferment. So
you're in some deeper. Yeah, Finley cannot overcome the power of nature.
Does not take very long.
We need to rip a hole in space-time and just make this thing age super quick.
Yeah, call up my incubus boyfriend and say, send this to the past in this exact spot.
That's not how that. Not even close to how that works.
Okay, yeah. All right, so do we know what we need to do to spice up this steamy broth? Did we successfully
you've got a
roll
pretty
some
good
stuff out?
idea. Finley could also druid craft it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that he's prepared it. I don't know that he's ever used it, but druid crafting could be used for something like this.
I mean, I think we have the knowledge and...
Is it a ritual spell? Or is it...
No, it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
How long do we have? Can we make like...
Can
we spend the next couple of days like testing different spices?
Yeah,
to
I think
see
you
which
have 3 days. So you got plenty of time to test. Daka needs to spend
we have
half of his days at the library, though.
So that's fine. So what we can do is we'll make a big ass broth. We'll start making that right now for everything, and then we will take portions of that broth and we will spice it in a different way to see which one works best. And then whatever one works best, we'll put that to the main broth so that everyone can have it. Yeah,
that works.
I think that's good. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we'll do, Arthur, for the next day or so. And then if you want to druid craft some different spices from around the globe, Mr. Spooty, McTooty, McFruity.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what druidcraft does. It doesn't
okay.
make more spices. It's like tells you the weather, it gives you kind of a local effect. It's like the old bardic information thing. I just thought he could
Okay.
use it to be like, yeah, it needs a little pepper.
Cast legend lore
Okay.
and find out where the best spices are.
So
Listen,
how
if you're
about-
casting
how about-
legend lore, you're gonna learn about the fucking mythical ultra
I know,
pepper.
I know. My God.
We could do, because I'm in Vice Wondersaw's house, right?
Yes, his
Mhm.
small. I mean, I'd call it a mansion, but it's only 2 stories tall. and
I mean,
eight
does he have a
rooms.
spice chest? I assume he does as a
He
noble,
does
right?
have a spice chest, but he has not offered it to you yet. He does seem to enjoy having non-planned food.
I mean,
Well, if he's the one that offered us cheese earlier, right?
Correct?
So if I could find like a rogue cheese rind, that could give us the funk we need.
Okay.
Some cheese rind.
Okay,
and
Arthur, I also have Sage, researcher.
What do you want to do with it?
I would like to scour the law books for something within a day and a half walk or day and a half travel from here by horse that I could find to spice up our broth.
You are attempting to recall a piece of lore. You're looking for something in a local area. You often know where and from whom you can obtain it. Yes, you do know of such a person that lives nearby. You've picked it up in conversations with Finley over the last day, and just from general gossip around town, there is a newcomer nearby whose name is Tormek White Knuckle.
Nice.
He claims to be a master blacksmith from a far distant land that doesn't make weapons himself. You bring him the ingredients and he will turn them into legendary artifacts. No one's ever heard of him until about 20 or 30 days ago, but he's set up nearby. People are bringing things to him and like getting down, like they're like, okay, I have a unicorn horn, and he's like, I'm gonna need like 5 more things, and they're like, I'll leave it here and go on a quest to go get that stuff.
Kill it,
But
get on the horse. Let's ride.
you've heard that he has unusual foods that haven't been seen or heard of in this world.
All right, let's go talk to this man.
It's about a day's walk north of here. He has set up a shack on top of a hill with a great blaze fire, and he's pulling in more forging equipment. Yes, that's right, Connor Hughes. This is now, there's a connection between this campaign and on the tabletop now.
My God.
You mean aside from it using the exact same campaign?
Thank gods. It's on a different world though, but the white knuckles are kind of important to the other game. Are you just gonna ride your flaming horse there? Because I mean, if you do that, you'll make it there in like half a day.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Okay, all right. So that's what.
Time is of the essence, my man.
So, are you doing that today, and you'll get there in the middle of the night, or are
Yes.
you waiting until? Okay, all right.
We will wait outside the door.
Finley, are you going to use plant growth on some of the local area in
Oh
order
yeah,
to?
of
All right.
course.
All right. I mean, let me remember how long it takes you to do that, because it's not instantaneous.
No,
I think it's
I
8
think
hours.
Yeah, 8 hours.
Are you just doing it overnight?
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
Well,
you're gonna have to
I'm like
sleep in the next day, but
I'm like a dishonest Santa Claus, bringing them gifts if they've been good.
You're like the Grinch. You're trying to steal Christmas or something, but you're not sure why.
That's right.
and I gotta roll something for Daka's deal. Let's see what I get. A 6. Well, that happened.
Is that a good 6 or a bad 6?
It's so good. It's amazing. We'll get to it later. It's not so. There's a list of complications that happen whenever you research. Yours will not come up until you've learned the research. Some of them are like you damage a book or you insult somebody in the process. That needs to be resolved before it finishes. This is something different. Daka, you go about your day as normal. Finley, you wake up about halfway into the afternoon, and
Mhm.
some people have gathered around you and have laid wreaths around your naked body. There's even a devil that's here, that's just standing nearby, and says, Master Longbottom, I would like to speak with you. You recall that he's the goat devil that is in charge of the cooking contest.
Mm-hmm.
Might we speak privately over here?
Of course.
It is difficult to hold the cooking competition while you flail about nakedly, but I must show my appreciation for your casual disregard for society's rules. Your open display of your nudity would be well thought of among the places that I normally walk.
That's what I was going for.
For the sake of the competition, though, and the virtue of the local villagers, might I ask that you at least sleep with pants on?
Put on some goddamn
Your
pants,
package, the deal that you're showing off, you seem to be a well-muscled elf individual, but...
Well-muscled elf individual.
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking of the wreath thing, and it's a whole thing. Anyway.
I know that you've been using plant growth in order to speed the plants of the local area, trying to get the villagers to worship you as if some kind of cult. Very interesting.
I'm just making this world a better place. I'll tell you, if you are uncomfortable with how I like to sleep.
No, where I come from, there would be no offense.
Well.
You might hang naked from a rack for all I care.
Oh.
The problem is the local villagers might not come to the competition if there is a naked elf rolling around in the field nearby.
Well, I was going to say I could I could sleep on the outskirt of town. I'd be out of sight, out of mind.
We could just put some pants on.
Concur. He holds out a hand. I appreciate your willingness to remove yourself.
Just remember, though, now that I've done this, you must also do the walk.
He says, not only do I not do this, but we did not make a bargain contract or deal here.
He is a
You'll
devil.
be doing it soon enough.
Would you like to make a deal? I can give you things that you desire.
Pants. Underpants.
I can make him some fucking pants.
All I desire is the walk. Good day.
Okay. He strokes his goat beard as you walk away, looking at you thoughtfully.
How does Kelly feel about flying? This is the first time Kelly's ever flown.
Na, 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 na.
I mean,
just remember, you're literally riding on flaming shadow through the night, leaving behind a comet streak.
Remember when we rode on that dragon and Kelly vomited?
I just imagine some guys just sweeping his front porch and just vomit.
It's like, finally, my porch is clear. Damn it. That is a big bird.
little sparks here and there too.
You stop.
The vomit's a little electric, you know.
The flaming horse takes flaming dumps as it flies.
It does not take dumps.
I mean, I imagine the horse is very much so in, say, Warcraft. I have a horse that it's like running it's like running through the air as it leaves a flaming trail behind it.
Yes, that is exactly what it does.
Yeah.
It has wings, but does not use them to fly, just to look very bat-like. At about 2 o'clock in the morning, you all stop to take a rest, and by daybreak, you can clearly see the forge fire of this master blacksmith. It looks like people are gathering beneath his hill, preparing items. You can see they've brought the hides of beasts, and they're removing the flesh from it so that they can give it to him to be forged into whatever magical creations he has.
Yeah.
As you approach his shack, he is hammering away at a piece of steel and folding it over and says, "Don't reckon I've seen either of you here before. I've seen a lot of people. Name's Tormek White Knuckle.
I'm Kelly, and this is my great companion, Agam.
Ah, yeah, I've heard of the two of you.
What race is he?
He's a dwarf.
Okay.
He definitely does not look like any dwarf you've seen before.
Okay.
He's got curly white hair. He looks like he's from an entirely different subspecies than local dwarfs.
He's a sky dwarf.
Skydor.
Dark, leathery skin. Very clearly, like, super ripped from lifetime of forging.
I see you were also one of the swole. Is he sleeveless?
No. He is fully covered in a leather apron to prevent him from getting burned by what he's working on.
I'm just thinking of that webcomic that Dave posted.
Oh, where he's naked in the back?
He just got the apron on, but completely.
Nope.
I mean, that's what they used to do in real forges because it was hot as fuck.
Not this.
Right?
Some would, or they'd only wear pants. But yeah, I mean that's fine. I mean, I too have white hair, but I mean I definitely respect his thickness.
So, I've heard that you're both very important.
That's yeah, maybe.
I'm not really from around here, although
Welcome to
I've
the
been
club.
trapped for some time.
I just give Kelly a look and be like, yeah, welcome to the club.
And where are you from then?
Well, about 200 years ago, I arrived here, but every few days, seems like I kind of snap back.
I'll give Kelly a very
Everybody else
one
has some
eye
weird
eyebrows.
memory problems, and sometimes everything around me changes. No
You
one
happen to
believes
have
me
him.
when I talk about it, but I'm telling you, this whole plane's cursed. Plus, all the weapons are shit. Everybody makes some horrible fucking weapons. around.
Right? They hurt everyone.
Yeah, you've seen it too. Then the recipes, they're all cursed.
I'm
Yeah,
just
they
gonna
are
like hoist my hammer up on my shoulder. Yeah, most of the weapons around here are shit.
He looks at it and he says, "Yep, definitely cursed."
Wow.
What about this one? I take out Alaka.
Oh, he's just
Okay.
like That's not nothing.
You're damn right it's not nothing.
So I mean,
Listen,
he's busy forging. He's like, "I'd like
Yeah.
to take a look at that later," but that's not from around here.
You don't happen to have a tattoo on your neck, do you?
No, I don't.
All right. Just
I'll tell you.
curious.
About 200 years ago, I wandered into the land of the dead, looking for my nephew. He wandered off into tunnels one day, screaming about demons and shadow beasts. Now the family's called to arms for bringing everyone back, trying to find him, so we can have a family reunion, take back our hold. I didn't find him in the lands of the dead, but I was chased out. When I arrived, I came to some castle called Stalvin Black. Man said I could either serve him or die. He wouldn't let anything out of this land of the dead portal that he had. I hit him in the face with a hammer and I ran away. Can't get back into his house. Every time I try to, I get pushed out. Some sort of magical force. Can't make it back to that beacon.
I'll tell him.
how,
I'll say in Dwarven, yeah, that guy's kind of a dick.
how many days do you say that it takes before you snap back to
Well,
where you started?
A little while ago was about 3 years, but sometimes it's like
I'm
2
definitely
days.
gonna give
Sometimes
Kelly
it's
a
like
look.
20 days. It's completely random. No one knows what I'm talking about. Sometimes Stalvin Black is more powerful, less powerful. The war is here, the war is there.
I'm gonna give Kelly a
Sometimes
look
the
and be
elves
like,
are good, sometimes the elves are bad, sometimes the orcs are good, sometimes the orcs are bad.
we gotta talk to this guy, Kelly. Like, I'm gonna give you a look and be like, what the fuck? Like,
Look, I'll be honest, boys. I've talked to a lot of people about this over the years. Sages in the clans, wise counselors and Royal Magnar. No one ever believes me. You're the only ones who've ever been interested. I don't think we've met before in my time, but I
what
have
if I
heard
told you we suffer from the same effect?
Well, I don't think we suffer from quite the same effect, but
Well,
I'm
slightly
not
different.
from
but-
around here. I'm pretty sure I'm from a different plane from the rest of y'all.
Where do you reset to?
Right here.
On this very spot.
Yep. I set up my shack on the first day that I got here. I
See, we
wake up sometime in the middle of the morning at my shack.
we get sent back to a mountain back in the south.
So you feel it too, huh?
Oh yeah, but
That's
we
weird.
got us and two more of our companions that we always get sent back to the same place. Before all this shit started, we didn't know each other. We're all from different times, and
Well, I gotta
everything.
tell you, where I come from, we use the same names for the gods, but they're very different around here. Plus, the people around here don't much like the gods.
yeah, notice that.
But yeah, they're very different. Plus, everyone thinks death is super scary here.
Yeah.
Arthur, is there a way that I could like share information with this guy, like by reaching out to him, or do I have to bring him into the?
I mean, it sounds like he's already part of it.
So, your demigod power will have no effect on him because he's not part of this world. He's from
Well, that's what I'm. That's what I'm
another
saying. Like,
prime material plane.
Is there a way to share with him that source of information
I mean, you can
that
just
everyone
talk to
shares
him.
with? Okay,
Yeah, we just spent some time talking to him.
so maybe that's what I'll do. I'll explain to him what I explain to every single person that I bring into the what did I call the group? I forget now.
I got it. You called it the Relieved.
The Relieved, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
so I mean, you explained things to him for a while, and he was just like, well, I gotta be honest, I don't fucking care. Like, this is all very interesting, and I appreciate you sharing your secrets with me, but all I'm looking for is a way to get back home. And
What I'm saying is our goal and your goal of returning back home are one and the same.
I don't see how. You wanna straighten it out for me?
Once we've sorted out why the curse continues, you'll be free to leave.
Okay, that's a leap, but I'll buy that. I mean,
There's no
I
crazy
don't have any
shit
other
that happens.
options. I just set this up here after trying several hundred times to get any attention. I'm trying to attract, powerful wizards and the like, and strong heroes. So they come here, and I just ask them if they have any fucking clue about what's going on. Everything changes every once in a while, and I'm hoping at some point someone will know what's up. Apparently, it just worked. Right now, I'm talking to
I'm
you.
going to give him.
We spent
I'm
a
gonna
long
give him-
time.
I'll give him the meetup point location to where everyone in the Relieved will meet up once the place resets.
Yeah, Rico Lenders.
Yeah, and I'll say to him, like, go there and tell them that you're a guest of the Relieved if you would like to share wisdom with the rest of us.
I guess. I mean, I don't mind working with y'all, but I don't have too much of a
That's
reason
fine.
to.
We're just looking for allies to help us progress through this faster.
We're
Well,
just trying to figure this shit out, just like you are.
I want you to keep an eye out then for a young dwarf by the name of Cazador Whiteknuckle. If I could
White
find
Knuckle.
his dumb ass, I could drag him back with me when we're done here.
So you said that they're from a completely other plane. Like I've never heard of a clan called White Knuckle.
Correct. There are no White Knuckles in the prefecture, in the Belgeron prefecture.
All right.
Not only just Belgeron prefecture, but like your dwarf otaku-ness, that there's never been a White Knuckle clan.
Well, I imagine we keep like all dwarves, massive amounts of records going back.
Correct.
For
You remember
fucking
that
ever.
people had to consult the Iron Fury records to see if you even existed.
Besides, we got to keep track of all the grudges, and that's the whole thing.
Yeah, Book of
I'm gonna
Grudges.
ask-
Book of Grudges is very important.
So this guy will help us make magical gear?
So when you say that, he says, I can make it for a cost, but I'm going to need the ingredients first.
Well, yeah, of course. I don't expect you to do something
And
for free.
let's
What, do
be
I look like
clear
an
here,
asshole?
it takes some time to make magical things. Everyone thinks it'll just take one day, but to be honest, most magic weapons are going to take years to forge if you want something real good.
Oh, that's kind of the conundrum that we're in, right?
Yeah.
Considering that we can reset at any point.
I've heard of legendary weapons taking decades to form.
Yeah, we're kind of chasing after all the magical shit because when we get sent back, we keep our knowledge, like we keep any, I don't know, bounds, artifacts tied to a person go back with us. I'll show them the ring on my finger and then the hammer, and I think that's the only two I have at the moment. But so we heard through some little birds and such that you had some mean, obviously Master Smith, but you had some interesting food ingredients.
So I just want to be clear here. It takes the number of weeks equal to the price of an item divided by 50 gold pieces is how long it takes to finish an item.
Okay.
So if you're talking like a 20,000 gold piece item, you're talking that many weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a very long time.
Yeah.
He says, oh yeah, we got traditional dwarven delicacies that, I've brought with me every time resets, all that weird shit. My packs fill again, so still got them.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Well, we seem to, we found ourselves in a bit of an, I'll point a thumb to Kelly, in a little bit of a cooking competition thing, and a little bit of downtime in between.
Yeah, I've won that a few times.
Yeah, we're trying to track down some stuff no one else can get their hands on. I don't know if there's anything you might be willing to part with for a price.
He hands you a like a sack of fried onions. Like what you'd eat at American Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, yep, something like this. I've got umadon. It's a sort of sour chutney of mushrooms, walnuts, pears. Actually, you can make it around here. Apparently, this is the only land where you can get pears locally. Honey, wine, vinegar. No one's really put it together.
I'm going to ask him, be like, what in the flying fuck is a pear?
It's like a green apple that's round like a butt.
Never heard of it, but we'll see what we can find. I'm gonna definitely ask him like, what's your price for some of your stock?
And he's just like, no price.
No price.
No price. You help me get through this. A bag of fried onions and some umadon. Yeah. Well, look, he's still hammering away at this sword, and he's just like, after this is done, I could show you how to make craggy vine.
Well, we got a couple days of time. I mean, I'm not.
Nah, this will only take a couple of minutes.
Well, hell, I'll give look to Kelly and be like, all right.
I think I got a mezpoo. Go inside the shack. Look on the second shelf. You're not going to find anything like that around here.
Okay.
If Kelly goes into, I want to talk to him about battle axes.
Okay.
Great axes, rather.
I'll go look for this.
Let's go to Kelly. Inside, he's basically got a fucking gourd. And you're like, what is this? Enormous yellow. So you're like, this is a watermelon that's yellow and weirdly shaped and it's super hard.
Okay.
You're like, I've never seen anything like this before. This is incredible. What can you do with it? And it's hollow inside.
So like a gourd, like for drinking out of, sort of thing.
Yes, but the
stuff
vegetable that a gourd is before you remove it. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, no, I get you.
He's got a gourd, which not local to the area.
No.
He says, so, battle axes. What do you want to know?
Well, great axes specifically. I mean, I forgot the hammer here. It's great, but I've still got my great axe with me. I never use it.
Barbarian, then.
Yeah, I mean, before I got this here, this hammer, I throw it and it comes back to me. It's great. It's
dwarven thrower.
It's a good one. But my drow cleaver here. And then I fought a bunch of drow in the dark. Is the whole thing.
That's a good name.
Yeah,
Fucking
right.
drow.
I mean, I got a whole thing. I got to go. Like, I'm the last one in my family. They took some territory. I got to go take it back. But we're doing all this curse bullshit. You know how it goes. This whole conversation's in Dwarven, by the way.
Yep,
so I don't know if anybody's seen whatever.
No, no other dwarves here.
But I'm looking for a nice great axe for there's nothing quite as satisfying as just cleaving something in half, two pieces with a nice good swing. You know what I mean?
He's just like, I could forge you a magical great axe. It would take some time.
What would you need for such a task?
Monsters, blood, materials, just magical things in general would be good enough. I would need about... Takes to make a +1 weapon. Is uncommon.
Yeah.
take me 5 weeks.
Mm.
And about 200 worth of monster guts.
Well, that should be easy enough to
Or
find.
if you have something magical that I could smelt down and use as a base.
Sure, I could track something down. We
Okay.
happen to know we know a few places. All right, and I'm gonna like give him like the warriors like hand shit, you know, like wrist to wrist.
Okay, well, he's still forging the sword, but he will
Well,
bro fist
when he's-
you. Yeah.
That works too. Do the dwarven bro fist. That'd be a great band name. Dwarven
It
bro
also
fist.
makes the blacksmith clink
like
noise.
clang.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
As you come out with the gourd, he's just like, okay, so let me be clear here. When you eat what's inside of that, you're going to poop out some seeds. You're going to want to spread those around to make more gourds. They work good in subterranean environments, but up here's a little okay. They're going to be anemic, but...
We will not tell Finley where we got the seeds.
Oh, bother.
How do you think plant growth works? It doubles the
I know.
fertilization
Just-
rates of plants in the local area.
Arthur, you know
It takes
what
them
we need
8
to
hours.
get?
I assume it's just him walking around pooping everywhere.
That's right.
Arthur, you know what we need? We need to get like a fucking subspace where we can like have a little farm.
We need to
That's
just
what
buy
we need.
some.
Go get a portable
lands and
hole
shit.
somewhere.
Yeah, portable hole.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And just grow all our spices and shit in there, you know.
At level
be the way
20,
to do
we
it.
just at level 20, we just commandeer part of a plane somewhere and turn it into Stardew Valley.
There is an item called the Well of Many Worlds that when you lay it out, it becomes a portal to another world.
Can you take that portal back?
You can wrap it up behind you when you go through. You know, like
It's like taking a poster off a wall. Just
yes, exactly.
roll it up. That's fucking great, and I want it.
It's a legendary item, so you'd have to go on a pretty intense quest to even find where it is.
I mean, it sounds like let's write this shit down.
Let's
Sounds
do
like a
it,
goal.
man.
Sounds like a
Literally,
goal, boys.
Isekai Cape.
I have
It
no
is.
idea what that means, but I'm all about it right now.
We could sleep in there every night. Spoody could do his druid shit in there. It's good. I like it. Let's do it. Next
It's like
quest item.
it's like when I play Mountain Blade. Always happens. I could join someone else, or I could just fucking commandeer a castle for myself. Fuck it, why not? Let's just do that.
I like it. That's
Yeah.
our next goal, Arthur.
That
I
night,
I like this
Finley,
guy.
Agrim, the both of you, your carousing has worn off.
Yeah.
And so you now have access to your demigod powers as well, which I'm sending to both of you.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Your madnesses have kicked in. You can re-carouse to use them to drop your demigod power and avoid your madness.
Gotcha. What was the name of this guy's lost relative again?
Cazador White Knuckle.
Cazador White Knuckle. Okay, we'll keep an eye out because I like this guy.
He says a lot about Cazador, like you know, he was a coward, but we're looking for him. He only broke once. He was a good miner and a good protector.
Oh,
Yeah. It's that like, you know, like he's my nephew. I gotta go find him. He really fucked up bad, but we love him.
I
and-
know. I had a cousin. You know, I took him along in my mercenary company. You know, it like he almost died. It's like I don't want to do it, but it's a family thing. You know, like he's kind of useless, but he has some. You know, and then my grandmother, it was a whole thing. I give him a look, be like, I got you. I know what you're all about.
So I think we fly back, yeah.
Okay.
Mom, going to the store. Take your brother with you.
I just want to know if Ignorant or Atomic or Spootnik, you have any questions about your new powers.
Let me read it real quick. Oh, that's bitchy.
Share with the class. Share with the class. I gave mine up.
I forgot what
Come
yours.
on now.
What was yours?
I can pull people out of reality and make the
Oh, yeah.
relieved.
So,
I knew
can
you'd like yours.
Yeah, oh yeah, I can summon forth
I like mine.
4 Iron Fury companions from the Fallen Clan. They will speak and drink with me for an hour or guard me in combat for 1 minute.
Ooh.
When I can in secret the party once every 10 days, casting myself and 3 allies into invisibility for 1 hour.
I like my madness too. It's
Yeah, my madness is good. I'm convinced.
oh
that,
my god.
convinced that powerful enemies are hunting me, and any allies or companions, their agents watch me everywhere I go.
Mine is, let's just say I've had a character with something like this before. I've discovered that I really like killing people, especially humans.
I want you
that
to
works
know.
for this party.
I want you to know, audience, that for the last 2 weeks, Atomic's been like, "What's my madness? What's my new madness?" I really want to know. I just want to make sure it's not going to interfere with my character. I was like, "Calm down."
I wanted to know. I wanted to know. Not that's going to interfere. I wanted to know how to, so I could like not be. I wanted to, bring it forth. Like how would I role play it? But
Yeah,
I
don't think you're gonna have a problem with this one.
And it also
So
works with the horse.
Arthur's been pretty good at picking madnesses. Like, I don't know if he intentionally picked my madness or if he rolled off a table like
I
the
picked
first
everybody's. I looked at tables, and then
Yeah.
I was like, "That sounds like it's good for this person or that person."
So, because you basically defined what Kelly is like with that madness, like straight up, just like that is the one trait that she and he have always had. It's like,
So
Have I told you guys my madness?
You have not
don't
told
know.
anyone
Remember-
anything about your powers.
no.
I didn't reveal all of my demigod thing either, because I think one part of it, AP, I should keep secret because it's
If you
be
wish to,
interesting.
yeah.
I think I will.
We've already used my demigod power a few times. It's like the,
No, you haven't explained
yeah.
what it does, but you have used it. Correct.
Yeah. We've used your
but my madness is I really don't like being judged. Which is why whenever someone thinks I'm wrong, I walk away from them. It's either punch them in the face, like, or use a spell that I've never used before on them, or walk away.
So I think Kelly, what we make camp here for the night, and then how long did it take us to travel?
half
was
a
like
day.
Half a
Half a
day.
day. Yep.
And it's roughly what time? After we've hung out.
When you
I mean, we've
arrived,
hung out
you
for a
guys.
while, I
I
imagine.
assume you guys spent some time talking to him. So.
Oh
I
yeah,
would
no,
say
we hang
late
out as long
afternoon.
as he'll talk to us, we'll talk to him.
Yeah, your new power doesn't kick in until the next morning because I thought
Okay.
we were cutting ahead to then.
Yeah,
You
so
guys have
that's fine.
this is the day before the final part of the competition.
So we need to head back, basically.
Yeah.
so-
Well, I was just like, I
No,
didn't
when
know if
you
we were gonna
arrive,
head
it'll
back or if
be
we
the
were
day
gonna-
before the final. When you head
Okay.
back,
Okay.
you'll have 2
Yes.
days.
Yeah, so we've whether we made camp or whatever, we've traveled back at this point.
Correct. In the
Okay.
morning,
So-
Finley walks back, fully clothed from the outskirts of town.
Mm-hmm.
He sleeps away from all of you now for reasons that haven't been explained to anyone.
I'm a wake up, whatever, and Agram, he's just like, well, shit, something feels weird.
Mhm.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Like what?
You just, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Finley, a small shrine has been constructed to you,
Yes.
made out of they've Lincoln log sticks, and we're talking like it's like a 2-foot square donation box where people are placing particularly tasty flowers or leaves, local lettuces, bread that they were going to throw out, leftover meal from last night. There's enough food inside this donation box to your great power to feed the whole party for like a day. We're
Yeah,
talking,
I
like
kinda-
little bits of leftover meatloaf. Somebody's.
Sure, I grabbed the flowers. I was like, "You've got garnish for our plate, boys."
Yeah, it's like there's like 20 honeysuckles in there.
Also, Goatman Ramsey's trying to kill me.
Finley, I'm gonna say this once, and I regret it deeply, but around town, you are noticing maybe 10% of the people stop and they do the walk, but they do it in a way to turn it into a dance.
Nice.
Basically, they do the silly walk, but they do it in like pairs or quads in order to do it a dance. Like you do it towards somebody, then you do it back, then you do it towards somebody. And you hear that people are going to be trying to practice new variations of it tonight when the storyteller is telling the stories before the final day of the cooking competition. It seems like it's a, like a monthly ritual thing.
As I walk through town, I'm kind of like when I see him do it, I kind of like conducting.
There's no music to it yet, but people are like people are trying to make music to go to it.
I'm planting the seed.
When Finley gets back, into town, like I definitely want to have a group huddle and let Daka and Finley know what we learned about this Smith.
Oh, by the way, if there is an episode name for this episode, it's Oh Gordy.
Oh wow. No. I don't name episodes for this show. And I never will now.
You never will know.
I'm just still imagining the walkie thing. Just like I walk funny at you, and also with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to tell them about
it's real now. Smith. You've done it, Finley. You've made it happen.
You started a fucking.
I won the game.
Yeah, you won D&D. Let me tweet about that real quick.
So, you guys have any thoughts about when we tell you about this Smith?
After I'm done my shit, I'm gonna go talk to this man.
Okay.
Which man?
The white knuckle dude.
Oh, he's like a day.
He's like a half day by flying horse.
Yeah, we flew on the horse. I mean, we could take you back after the competition or something, but
yeah, like after competition and after my book learning's done, because the book learning.
Yeah, we could do that.
2 days more than the thing, right?
I was just asking if you had any, like when we sit here and explain what happened, we talk to him, what he's like, what to also say, this is what he's capable of making magical items. He gets reset, blah, blah, blah. I mean, we'll tell you to cast fill in more or less. And I'm just asking if you had any other questions. And then also tell him, like, he also had some nephew or some shit that he was wanting us to go find. Like, if we see him, just to bring him to him.
I'll be looking for information on Portal to the Death Realm and Stalvin's Castle if he ever mentioned that anywhere in his shit.
He mentioned about waking up.
I believe in the Stalvin Black primer there actually is such a mention.
Yeah, he talks about the about waking, like he originally the very first time was in there and he hit him in the face or something, right?
Yeah, Tormak.
We'll definitely make sure we mention that.
Tormak mentioned he wandered through the lands.
Everyone has, or the primer
it's just
that
you.
I have.
The handout that just you have. There should be a mention about the Land of Death in there.
Yeah. And yeah, for sure, I can take you back there. After all this shit wraps up, it's like a half day by flying horse. By flying horse. You don't like Kelly vomited like the whole way there. You don't get have you ever flown and you get airsick or some shit?
I didn't vomit.
I thought you said we vomited.
No,
that was a dragon. That was a dragon you vomited.
I swallowed it. I'm just not good with.
Sorry, use the dragon you vomited.
Not having my feet on the ground. Okay.
Well, you get used to it. Just hold on to my thickness. I didn't know what else to say. I was like, what the fuck else would I say?
Just gonna let it pass.
I didn't know. I lack of words there, but
comment.
No comment.
You all have to make 2 more checks to finalize. Although if you nail the last one, I'll just let that pass. You've got all of your bread canoes now. Nice. You got 50 of them. You got some a gourd. Got some umadon, which it's like a dwarven hummus basically.
Okay,
interesting.
So do we just need to make?
Sorry, he also gave you craggy vine, which orcs use in order to make wine, but it also makes a very dark, thick. I'm not gonna say it's Worcester sauce, but it's kind of like dark, salty,
like a fish sauce kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You squeeze it out of the vine.
Okay, so
they fermented into alcohol.
Do we need to make cooking checks? What type of check do we need to make to pass here?
I want to see what Agram, Finley, and Daka would like to do to finish up the dish, because you solidly invented the fish stew. You solidly invented chowder. I want to know what they do to garnish the dish, basically, or
so I'm gonna
spice it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a lot of the offerings the town people gave me,
Yeah.
and use that as like decoration. It's edible decoration that adds.
Oh, you're
hints-
plating.
Yeah, like hints.
Because we wanted to do we
Flavor.
wanted to do a smoky thing with some of it. I would because I'm not doing it right. I mean, I don't know how I would do anything right now, but maybe during the actual process at some point when we're trying to smoke stuff. I mean, I have skill in smithing. I have good like fire control about maintaining a nice heat. Maybe I can maintain temperature and like get a good, a good level of smoke without overdoing it. Because I don't really have anything to like add like finishing wise as far as like garnish or any of that kind of thing goes. Because I got the whiskey and then I could do that, maybe try doing that. I'm not sure what else.
So you're smoking the fish basically.
Yeah, I'll work on
doing a little searing with maybe like a flambe type thing. I think was mentioned earlier.
Sure. I mean, I'm good with heat and stuff. And then I mean, anything that Kelly needs done. I mean, I'm fairly good at following instructions, so I mean, I can help as best to my ability.
Daka, do you have anything to add to this dish? Any wise wisdom or spices or?
I'll probably take some of the a little bit of like the salty stuff, some fish, like some just like cooked fish. They're not if all of it's been put in the stew already, then I'll like take like just a bit out of it, and then the cheese that we have, and then kind of mash like mortar pestle, mash them into a paste, and then like make a thin layer and kind of do like a cheese fish, like a salty cheese fish cracker thing.
Oh, like an appetizer to go with the stew.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, like just to like break them into pieces and put them like in each small serving thing as like a textural component.
Okay. Daka, I'd like you to make a performance check. Henley, I'd like you to make a nature check, and I will buy your smithing bullshit.
Look,
I will allow you to smith the fish. No. Okay.
Right. I am going to use my inspiration because I didn't use the first one when we got the other one. So I'm going to use it. So 19.
Okay.
This is a performance check?
Yes.
15.
Okay.
Oof.
When do you all want to serve? That night before people start drinking? That night before the...
It's hearty as hell, so I want to give it to people before they start drinking.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, you also want to do it before they ruin their palate.
Right.
Okay.
And it's good to get a nice hearty thing in you, some carbs before you start a good bit of drinking. Anyway.
You speak with the goat devil. He begins bringing people who want to vote on, because you're the only group that hasn't been voted on. People come in to taste your dish, and a lot of people, some of them just show up and are just like, "Oh, this is gonna be awful. I hate you guys. You've ruined this town. Your enemy is a Stalvin Black," and then they take, like a bite of the bread, and they're okay, all right, this bread is unusual, and then they sip some of the soup. Like, so when they eat it, right, they're not like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat this bread soup." They turn it into like bite one end off and scoop it down into your mouth, essentially. They eat your cheese cracker. They have your smoky fish. You're winning them over.
Is there a way that we can make like a performance check to like show them how to eat this shit?
I will allow the entire group to make a performance check. Half or more of you must succeed.
Ooh.
This is your final check.
Well, not in a positive, not in a
performance check.
Performance. Group
like
performance.
We're over exaggerating how to eat this thing.
This
in
isn't.
front of a group.
It's not just that, right? It's you want to get people to eat your dish. You want to get them to like you. You want them to eat the garnish. You want the wow.
Damn.
Wow. Okay, that's a good way to start.
Damn. Look at that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean that's.
Agram's just like, bah!
No. Agram's too short.
It's like under the table.
I'm like 4'6", motherfucker, but sure, I'll buy it.
The four of you split up, and like you serve hundreds of people in such a short amount of time. All of them have just gotten done farming or tearing down and de-stumping trees so that they can expand their land. They're all tired and hungry, and this savory, spicy fish soup with cheese crackers. This is a meal so rich that they have not commonly had this. You show them how to eat it properly, it sounds as if many votes are going in your favor. They are quality rating your dish highly. The results will be announced the next morning.
You know how you see like a really good movie trailer on YouTube and there's like maybe like 100 dislikes and 20,000 upvotes?
Yes.
And then the first comment's like, anyone who disliked this clearly doesn't like cute animals or whatever, right? It's that situation.
Exactly.
You know? Any non-votes we get will be because they're just like, well, fuck those guys, but the food's pretty good, but fuck those guys.
The internal torment of, man, I really hate these people, but I really fucking like his food. I mean, it's this. I mean, it sounds like it's something that like a nobleman would have. Like they have no concept. Their palate has never experienced such a rich and hearty combination of flavors.
Yeah, it's like how mac and cheese used to be for rich people.
Well, like, so, you know, back in the day, rich people would eat white bread and like lobster was considered peasant food because you could just go out and
listen to me. Lobster is still peasant food. It doesn't taste good. Lobster is not flavorful. But you have to pour so much butter and salt on it to make it taste good.
What I'm saying is even like salmon or like stuff now that you would put in a good dish back then, like white bread, rich people would eat it because it costs more because there is a more involved process, right? They ate shittier food because it was harder to get. Anything you could get easier was considered peasant food.
I feel like I deeply offended Spootnik by talking about lobster like that.
I mean, yeah, I'm more of a crab man, but you know, whatever.
We've already established that AP is a basic bitch who doesn't know good.
I went to Portland, Maine, and I was like, I'm going to have a lobster roll. Everyone says they're the best things in the world. I stopped. I got a $17 lobster roll. I was like, this is going to be the best thing I've eaten this whole trip. I was like, cold lobster with mayonnaise. It's like flavorless mayonnaise slivers going into my stomach. This is disgusting. I feel so stupid standing here eating a $17 lobster roll that tastes like nothing. I'm so mad.
I mean,
I'm Portland. I'm never getting off the ship at Portland again. I hate Portland.
I mean,
I love that your taste making is basically like, I went on a cruise and I ate what they gave me.
No, I got off the ship and I paid, right? Like I could have just stayed on the ship and gotten lunch or got off, went to see everything, which I did, and then got back on and just ate on the ship. No, I went specifically to get that lobster roll. Went out of my way to get it.
I mean, I'll take crab over lobster any day. I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way to get lobster, honestly.
I do prefer crab, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't hear me ranting about crab. That's a solid meat right there.
Yeah,
no, I mean, best sort of white meat you can get from the ocean, scallops.
Yeah,
scallops pretty good.
We're going to end here tonight, guys, because we're towards the end of the evening.
No. Tell us more about how much they like the soup. Come on.
No, we're going to listen.
What about how much I fucked up on my research?
We're going to the Finley dance party. Maybe, well, if you want to, and listen to the storyteller tell stories. And then in the morning is the traditional announcing of the results.
Sweet.
We gotta wait 2 weeks, motherfuckers.
Isn't it 3 weeks?
Well, he's gone next week and then a week after. So, I mean, yeah. 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So let me ask.
Cliffhanger.
All of you that aren't Spootnik, do you want to just meet up for like an hour in the next 2 Wednesdays and just talk about life? Basically do the New Game Plus podcast?
Fuck yeah, dude.
I honestly didn't think that kind of shit would be very popular, but I have to tell you, we did it on BattleTech and we did it on... What other shit did we do it on?
I mean, it's essentially just a longer version of intros.
Yes. Well, you did like gaming on the tabletop and people like...
Yes.
Yeah.
On the tabletop, Let's Play Left 4 Dead, and the BattleTech, Let's Sit Around and Listen to a Podcast for 4 hours, were both more popular than comparable episodes of those shows.
Well, it's also just something different, you know? Like, I mean, other than intros, people haven't really... I mean, people sit there and ask questions or whatever.
So I'm 100%, you know, I didn't used to be, but now I'm 100% down with just having a podcast.
I am down. Just let me know, and I'm there.
The only thing I'll say is it's 2 a.m. for me, so I won't be playing any fucking video games or
Yeah,
nothing
we're just
like
gonna
that.
talk for an hour about our lives and whatever that we care about.
Sure.
Yeah,
Listen,
I mean, that's fine.
Listen, we can find a topic that Atomic will be able to talk for an hour nonstop about.
Look, there's plenty of stuff I
assure
can talk
you.
about. It's just I can't talk about it on Twitch.
Literally, like, you guys should hear the stuff we talk about before the intros start, because that's some of the best, just verbatim podcast bullshit.
It's just whatever.
Jibber jabber.
I mean, we were talking during the break about Dave made a stupid fucking joke, and then we actually started having a talk about musical instruments, like just random shit. So, I mean, yeah, fuck it. Why not? People love that shit, man. People love podcasts where you just do nothing. So,
I mean,
I'm down.
I made fucking so many podcasts over the years, and the problem that I had with podcasts is that they were an infinite amount of work, but only now, like some of the podcasts I'm doing now, back in the day have just reached like 100,000 views and shit like that. So like some of the old podcasts are doing really well now, but at the time it didn't feel like the work was worth it.
Yeah.
But nowadays, like they're quite popular. So, and these just so everyone knows, this was a podcast called the Modcast for ModDB, which was literally just talking about modification releases around 2008 circa. So we had a lot of stuff there. But you know, it's just one of those things where like just talking about like shit. Like for example, we didn't even talk about Jojo Rabbit and Bad Boys 3. You know?
We did.
True.
That's a next week topic.
I haven't seen any of those movies.
I haven't seen it either, and I have no intention.
You should watch both of them. Both of them are amazing.
I'll see if my local theater has either of them in
It's
GTX.
just like I have so many subscription services that going to the movies feels like a waste of time
I
and money
agree
right
about
now.
that, man. I can't wait for some of the more recent Disney stuff to go on Plus.
Here's the thing, like the movies I like.
I have
never
a card
on
that
those
lets me
things.
see movies for free. So I just pay 50 zlotys a month and I get unlimited movie access. So I just
for
go
me,
there.
For me, it costs $20.
Like I don't watch like Disney movies and stuff, so it's like I don't have any of those services. Like the last movie I watched was 1917.
All right, we should probably end this shit.
Yeah, we should. So
Finley.
Spoot can go to bed.
Spootnik,
Yes.
I have homework for you
Okay.
to think about for the next 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
What powerful organization do you believe is hunting this group?
Gotcha.
Fucking FBI, man.
It's definitely the ATF.
The CIA. No, it's the IRS.
Spootnik, let's
It
do your
has to
outro
be the
before.
IRS.
Let's do your outro before these motherfuckers.
It's definitely the IRS. Look,
Oh man,
Joker didn't fuck with the IRS.
Gleemo turned, and now he's sent like Gleemo ninjas after us.
Oh my god.
All the children that he's trained to kill us.
Spootnik, who are you? Where can people find you, and what do you do?
My name is Spootnik.
What? Your name is.
Find me on Twitter at Spootnik_71 and Twitch at Booty McTootie. I'm here on Wednesdays. That's it.
I mean, not for the next 3 weeks, you're not.
Yeah.
Man, I hope you get absolutely fucking obliterated in Ireland. Like,
Oh, it'll happen.
you got to post pictures of you just getting completely fucking wrecked, shit faced. I want to see it.
I mean, it's going on a distillery tour or whatever.
I'm speaking to subconscious Spooty right now. Learn where the Instagram Go Live button is.
Just don't forget Spoot. Don't forget Spoot that you do not have an IRL cure hangover button. This is,
Yeah.
Drumurboy, let's talk about you.
Hey, I'm Drumurboy. I make music. I continue to make music all the dang time. The most recent one that you can hear is the Imperial Prelude. That's a Star Wars-y tune on Roleplay Radio, if you want to go listen to that. Otherwise, I've got a whole bunch of stuff on my Spotify. Oh, look at Doggo. Yeah, and then if you're a streamer looking for new alert sounds or something to spice up your overlay, you can head over to nerdodad.com and pick up Sigil. It's a elemental magic sound pack. There's 5 elements, 15 sounds each. And yeah, get your dark or light or fire or ice or electricity on.
I liked electricity.
Yeah, that was fun to make. That was interesting to make. I bought a Actually, I'll tell the story. I'll tell the story of
Next
how.
time?
Yeah, next week.
Okay, all right.
Save it for next week.
I'm looking forward to it. Atomic.
What's up, guys? I'm Atomic, or also known as Atomic Warsmith, because I changed that stupid bullshit. Anyway, you can find me at twitch.tv/Atomic Warsmith, where I stream random bullshit whenever I feel like it. I'm feeling great recently, but I'm trying to get back into streaming some stuff. Find me here Wednesdays with these fine bearded fellows. You can find me here on Saturdays for 40K Dark Inquisition, which I believe our finale is going to be Saturday. All things go according to plan, as long as James is able to get a good connection.
Yeah, we'll see.
If James shares that picture, like the place James is at, I'm like, that place is so paradise. I don't even know what I would do. I'm just like, that place cannot exist. It's just so beautiful.
You should
anyway,
go to Cozumel.
I can't do that. My parents have gone to Cozumel a couple times.
The trip there is expensive, but the hotels there aren't that bad.
Yeah, I'm just not one of those guys. Like, unless I'm going to there's a river cruise in Europe where you stop at a lot of the major European cities, and I want to do that just to go to a lot of the museums because I'm a fucking nerd.
Okay.
But
I'm down with that. I mean,
that
I'm
is 70,000 tons of metal, which is a floating metal cruise. Anyway, so and then we have another Warhammer show coming up on to replace that for a while. I'm taking a break from Wrath and Glory, I believe, just because we're waiting for some system updates. They're going to be coming around Gen Con.
Yeah.
So waiting for that, and then you can also find me on Pondo's channel, Pond of the Mad, at on Sundays for our Gestalt 5e game, which is starting to get into the main story plot, so it's going to be fun. And that's about it.
I want to add the intersection of art museums and lobster rolls. I walked my old fat ass up to the Portland Art Museum and got the lobster roll on the way back, and that was why I was so disappointed, because I'd passed it and was like, I'm coming back for this. Like, this is my lunch now. Everybody talking about these Portland lobster rolls. All right, this is it right here. I can't, just so disappointed. You know, speaking of people that I'm disappointed in, Henley, that was a hard transition. All right.
Hi, what up? It's your boy, Disappointment. How you doing?
Let's see if I can make this work.
So go follow my shit on Twitter. It's at Kinky Fridays. That's where I'm doing most of my stuff. My dog says hello. He is just sitting here now. It's early morning. He's gotten a lot more fluffier. Like, look at all this fluff.
Is that like winter stuff?
No, he's just
winter coats.
He's just a fluffy boy.
He's just a fluffy boy. He's gotten a lot fluffier in the last couple of years. He's just turned 3 now, so he's a full on old man.
My cat turns 3 in April.
Yeah,
he's asleep up there.
And yeah, I don't know. Just follow my stuff there. Lots more news to come fairly soon, and we'll touch base again next week, I guess. I don't know, talking about stuff and things.
Yep. I'm Arthur Perkins. I have a new show, Battletech, Oath of Endosteel. Check it out on YouTube. If you want to get a first look at Oath of Endosteel releases, patreon.com/APGamingREAL. At any level, you'll get a first look at whatever that month's release is. Did you also know, whether you're a Twitch sub or a Patreon, you'll get access to my secret channel on Discord, where I talk about stuff. Normally, I complain about things and inform you what's going on with the channel that month. That's it. Twitch Prime, have a good night.